Topper, and I'm the author of From Couch Potato to Endurance Athlete. This isn't my first book. I've had two other books. The other two books I self-published. One was an early book about social media marketing. I published it back in 2008, 2009. It was called Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Social Media But Were Afraid to Ask. And then in 2019, 2020, I launched my book called Branding in a Digital World. And that book was specifically for either small business owners to grow their business or for my class to learn about how to put together an integrated marketing plan. I guess it was like a year or so later, it was during the pandemic, that my SEO guy said to me, "You know what, Hillary, your A Triathlete's Diary is way too big. You've got to chop some of those stories off." And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? And then I looked at some of the old content from 2009, 2010, and I was shocked at how much of a story there was. It started when I first joined the gym back in 2009. It was the first time I ever joined a gym and the first time I was ever on a treadmill. And when you read this book, you'll find out exactly what happened. And then from there, I started running, and I started running with my friend Becky. And the two of us would go around the country going on racecations together until one day she said to me, "I don't want to do this anymore." And I said to her, "Why not try a triathlon?" And it just kind of spiraled from there. We did our first triathlon in Captiva, at the Captiva Tri in Sanibel, and that was an amazing experience. And then we did the Event Power Mighty Montauk, and that was an even better experience. But anyway, there was like so many different experiences and so many different races that I talk about in the book. I've got so many stories in here from all across the country. And basically I wrote this not only for my SEO guy to kind of chop out some of the stories from my blog, but when I realized that I had like 350 pages, I was like, you know what, there's a book here. And just putting in some personal stuff and some professional stuff, like things that were happening in my life, things that were happening in my business life, I put them all in this book. And it's really comprehensive. But the thing about the book, it's not just about me and about my triathlon journey. It's written for you. I wrote this book for you so that you would get motivated, so that this story, my story, would motivate and inspire you to just get out there and do something outside of your wheelhouse. I used to read different types of books like this to help me get motivated. And when I realized I had a story, I was like, you know what? I want to help other people too. I want to help people get more motivated, get off the couch. It doesn't matter how old you are, how heavy you are, how anything you are. You could do this. You've got this. You have this right now, right here. It's all in your head. If I could do this, anybody could do this, really. The other thing that I have in here is, besides these beautiful 4-color pictures that Meyer & Meyer, my publisher, put in here, they're just beautiful pictures. It's a whole spread of pictures from my past and from different triathlons. But in addition to that, the start of each year, I have a quote from somebody around the country. This quote from 2013 was from Derica Hendon Barnes. She's a half Ironman and lives in New Jersey. And she said, "While I'm in heavy training mode, I think there's a burger at the finish line, and that gets me through." And then at the end of each chapter, I give my lesson learned. So no matter what, my lesson learned is, like, for example, after the Brooklyn half marathon, I said, if you want to go faster, be consistent. Make sure to run 3 to 4 days a week, and I promise you, you'll see a difference. And that is so true. So as you can see, there's a lot in this book, and I hope you pick it up. I hope you get inspired by it. And if you do get inspired and motivated by it, please reach out to me. I love hearing what people's thoughts are. So give me a shout and, or comments below. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for viewing this tape. And from couch potato to endurance athlete, you could be one too.